All right. So this is going to be kind of two parts. It is talking about eating habits, but it's also talking about our mind and the box that we live in that makes us believe or has an effect on our perspective of life, but more towards eating and dieting, and why that has a big effect on our failures with dieting and eating and what we believe and why we can't believe or why we make things difficult when trying to see things from a different perspective. So I'll explain it. I'll make it simple. You know, I love making things simple for you. So we have this box, right? So we all live in this box. All right? And this box is social media, all social media, TV, books, if you read, school, our doctors, friends, family, billboards, ads, I mean, this is what we see all the time. So no matter where we go, we're always seeing, this is where we're learning stuff from. You know what? I don't even want to say here because I don't even want to say this because we wouldn't be in, that's outside. Books are outside the box. I'm going to have to say books are outside the box because it gives you a different perspective on life. So we base all of our learnings off of social media, TV, ads, school, doctors, friends, family, billboards. That has to do with ads. And when it comes to dieting and eating and fitness, we base everything off of this. It's because this is what we see. This is what we see all the time. The same things are being pumped to us by all of this stuff. Social media, TV, ads, school, doctors, friends, family. We see the same thing over and over and over again. We see nothing different. So, how can we believe that we'll use meat? How can we believe that meat is not good for us when social media tells us it is? TV tells us it is. Ads tell us it is. School pumps that we need it. Doctors tell us we need it. Friends and family tell us we need it, or they're negative towards us about changing our eating habits. But they're programmed. This box is programmed. It's programmed. We have been programmed to believe. We are showed, advertised, brainwashed come on in, brainwashed by all of this stuff. You guys can come on in, Elijah. We're brainwashed by all of this, and it's over and over. Go ahead, brother. You guys can go over there. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
Good.
All right. We've been brainwashed and programmed by social media and schools and TVs and ads and doctors and friends to believe that meats, dairies, eggs, all the diets, all the fitness stuff in the world is good for us, right? But once someone comes in and now goes against everything that you believe, so now we're outside the box. There is no box. Once you have somebody that tells you plants are good, meat's bad. Look at that beat. Meat's bad. You have to do fitness this way. You have to eat fruits and vegetables. You don't need protein. Milk and dairy's bad for you, but schools pump it to us. They give it to our kids. Don't give your kids shots, but your doctor's telling you that you need shots. Your family members are telling you we was born and raised on meats. Your friends are like, well, I did this diet. Your buddies are saying, well, this fitness program works. Now everything's confusing. So what I said earlier, like to keep things simple. And I believe that everything that we do in our life, diets, fitness, all of that, should be simple. It shouldn't be difficult. It shouldn't be brain racking. We shouldn't have to overthink it and it be too much that makes us want to quit. So making eating, because that's what this is about, is the eating part. Making eating simple, taking it back to when we first came, or when we was walking the earth or whatever, and we had none of this stuff. Like people are to this day. When you think outside of our box that we live in this box in the city, right? We live in this box in the city, in the United States. When you think outside of here, do you know how many people in our world still eat off the earth and that's all they do? Do they eat meats? Yes, they do. But very, very minimum. Because it's a delicacy. They're not smashing only meats. Only people who are trying to pump you a book or a diet are going to tell you that this is how people eat outside of here.
If it's meat, it's fish.
And it is that. If I wish my trainer was here that 20 years ago moved to Thailand, he would tell you the exact same thing that I'm telling you, being in a fourth world country, how they eat. Again, this is putting you outside of that box. You're in this box of this city, or in a city where we're pumped processed foods, we're pumped fast foods, store foods. We're not pumped foods that grow, that are alive, that have life. You're pumped carnage, you're pumped dead animals, you're pumped meats and dairies and pus and mucus and blood and piss and feces and all of this stuff, but it's supposed to be good for you, and then you wonder why we're sick. But as soon as I tell you to eat only fruits and vegetables.
Here's the question though. Check this out. Not to interrupt you.
No.
Why is the good stuff, whole foods, so expensive? If that ain't the case though. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get to that. Expensive. So you will have that. Where was I at? Meats. So, but you don't sit back and think about what you're eating. So I'm eating pus, mucus, cartilage. I just made a post the other day. Literally assholes, eyes, lips, blood. They allow this stuff to be, your FDA allows all of this stuff to be in your food. But this is healthy for you. This is what you should be eating, but then you wonder why you're sick. How come I could take you off of meats, dairies, eggs, all of these processed foods, and instantly your body starts to heal. You don't feel like this no more. You don't have mucus and pus in your system. Then you can be off of it, and instantly, the day that you eat it, in one day, that same day that you eat it, you're mucus and pussed up. You feel like you have the flu. You feel like you're sick. Think about it. You're in that box. You have to think outside of that box. You have to try it. You have to do it. But if you really just sat down, didn't speak to nobody else, and thought about what you eat, and then thought about the fruits and the vegetables and the nuts and the beans and the seeds and the legumes and all of this stuff that grows, that's a plant, that's plant-based in its whole, you'd have to at some point come to common sense and say, this is good for me. And then we have people that will say, well, it's expensive. Okay? So eating fruits and vegetables is expensive, or eating whole plant-based is expensive. All right? It's not expensive. Let me tell you why. So you go and buy a steak, right, to eat at dinner. Let's say you buy a steak, potatoes, whatever. A steak is what is a porterhouse? I don't know. I'm just using it as an example. Oh, you don't eat meat? Oh, good. So let's say a porterhouse. I'm gonna have to assume a steak at Mancy's is $25. All right, let's just say that. Even if you go to a store, I'm guessing it's got to be $10 for a porterhouse. All right, what nutrition is in that? Only the nutrition that you're programmed and brainwashed to think. You need the protein out of it. That's about it. Iron, okay. Where's the animal get the iron from? The plants that it eats. But that's a whole nother topic. So you think that it's expensive to eat that way? A bundle of bananas.
Well, no, what I'm talking about is an expense is when they say like a range animal versus a non-range animal. They'll charge you more for the range.
Oh yeah, and there's no difference. Oh yeah. I'll get to that too, but I want to do this because that's a good one too.
Yeah.
So they say plant-based is expensive. So a bundle of bananas. Okay, a bundle of bananas. We'll even say organic is, let's just say $2 at the most. All right. There's about 8 or 10 bananas in a bundle. Those 8 to 10 bananas are more nutrition than you've probably ate in the last 3 months. And those 8 bananas you can eat in one day, and that's all you would need. And you would have so much nutrition in your body, it would be ridiculous. And it was only $2. But you're brainwashed and programmed to think that you have to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. You have to eat breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, dinner, a snack, and then something before you go to bed. You're brainwashed to think that your metabolism runs when you eat so many times a day. It's false. You're in that box. You're thinking about our city and the U.S. and that's the way that they have to program us to think. So we could go to the grocery stores to be sick, to pay our doctors, to pay the pharmacies. See, but you don't think like that. This bundle of bananas for $2 is so inexpensive. So inexpensive. But you would have a steak and it would be $10. And you had absolutely no nutrition, no minerals, no vitamins, no nothing. Maybe that you'll have some people that say, oh, well, you get this out of it or you get this out of it. I ain't trying to hear that. We're talking about how expensive people say they are. We have in Toledo, we have a fruits and vegetable place called Celino's. Go up there and spend $30. You'll have more nutrition in your system and for your whole family for the next 2-3 weeks. And it's cheap. So expensive. Now, but I eat, now you're going to say, but I eat organic. I eat organic meat and dairy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you eat organic meat, dairy, eggs. Your body, when you intake that, creates mucus and pus. Period. You're still eating a dead animal. You're eating death. You're eating something, a corpse. When you eat it, you just put dead in your body. Meat. that is going to decay, rot in your stomach. Your stomach is 35 feet long. Your stomach is 35 feet long. You have 10, 15, 20 pounds of dead, rotten flesh in your stomach, and you wonder why you're sick. It doesn't matter if it's organic or not. It's dead. It's carcass, it's blood, it's piss, it's mucus, it's whatever. It's all of that stuff. Think. You have to think outside of the box. Now, as I always do. So, I'm in a couple groups on Facebook, right? These plant-based vegan recipes and this and that. This is what I'm talking about with why we stay overweight, why we stay sick, okay? So you have these groups, right, that are vegan, plant-based, vegetarians, this and that. You get in these groups and they'll be like, well, this isn't for weight loss. That's the problem with the world. We are fucking fat. We should be worried about our weight loss. We should be worried about losing weight so we don't have the issues that we have in our body. I am promoting plant-based eating to lose weight, to lose fat, to get rid of disease so you can be healthy. If you are overweight, it is not healthy. So then you have vegans, right, that eat all processed food. So they cut out meat, they go vegan, but they go vegan in a way where they're only eating all processed foods. You might as well stay eating the stuff that you did because you went from one process to another process. You went from eating Cocoa Puffs regular cereal to organic vegan Cocoa Puff cereal, which is processed and still has damn near all the same chemicals in it, same coloring, same all of that. But you have these groups, right, that are like, well, we didn't go vegan for to lose weight. We went vegan because we didn't want to eat no more animals. That sounds stupid. Let's just go from smoking crack to shooting heroin. That's basically what you did. Let's go from drinking beer to drinking liquor. That's what you're doing. You're replacing one bad with another bad. Then you have the plant-based groups, right? We're plant-based, new plant-based. I inboxed the lady and asked her if I could post my book on there. I respect her decision on what she said, but, about extreme weight loss and this and that. It is about weight loss. We don't need to be overweight. We stay overweight on plant-based and vegan eating habits because you are not learning what to eat. You're trying to go from eating diets that are bad for you to eating, quote unquote, a plant-based or vegan diet, but all the wrong foods. You're still trying to replace meats with a processed meat. You're still trying to replace your cookies with a plant-based cookie. You're still trying to replace dairy with the milk. You're still trying to replace anything that was unhealthy with another unhealthy food, but that is plant-based and vegan. So let's keep you fat, right? That's what these groups are doing. They're trying to keep you fat, or the administrators of the groups may be fat, out of shape, and unhealthy themselves and don't know. They just did it to promote maybe a book that they have or a product that they have or something like that. Listen. Plant-based whole food eating needs to be this: fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, beans. How you spell legumes? Jesus. Spell it for me, buddy. Legumes. No, that's lagoons. No, I think it's this. Legumes. What else? Oils. Oils. So these things come from plants. They're grown. You know, they're watered and they grow from the earth, right? This is what will keep you healthy. And then being healthy and disease free also will take all of that fat off of you, which is very bad for you. It keeps you away from eating processed stuff. So going from eating your regular all-American fast food diet, going to plant-based, you shouldn't try to replace bad with bad. As I said, one drug with another drug, one alcohol with another alcohol, an e-cigarette with a regular cigarette. You're never going to change. The heroin epidemic. How are you going to give a heroin head more Suboxone or whatever the hell it's called? Let's just keep him on this for the rest of his life. It's still a drug. What is that? That's the way the government still gets money out of them. All right? So check this out. When you go plant-based, vegan, whatever it is that you're going to do when you change your eating habits, you need to change to, first you need to get out of your head dieting as in you need to get out of, I need to replace something with something. No, you need to change all of that. And you need to eat whole. You need to eat things and learn to eat them in their whole. Learn to eat broccoli, cauliflower, celery, squash, apples, oranges, bananas, grapes, things that grow, beans, seeds, nuts, oils. You need to learn to eat them in their whole. That is a meal. Man, I need meal ideas. Eat a banana or 2 or 3. Eat a bag of grapes. Eat a whole head of broccoli. Learn to eat that stuff. That is where your life will change at. So if you are in one of these groups and you're trying to learn how to eat whole food, plant-based, vegan, whatever, and they're pumping you one drug for the next drug, get out of it. You're gonna keep failing over and over again. Everything's gonna stay the same. Your weight's gonna stay the same. Any disease you have is gonna stay the same. You're going from one process to the next. That's it. Just get outside of that box that you think. You have to literally sit down and think about what you're reading and think about what you're doing. Think about who's making money off of who, and then make your decision there. Again, if I help one person, that's all I do it for.